for the proposed runway stated in if the aerodrome reference temperature is 17°.2, the net designed length of the runway is A 2716 m, B 2816 m, C 2916 m, D 3016 m. The correct answer is 2816 m. Pick up the correct statement from the following. A. Landing speed is directly proportional to the wing loading. B. Wing loading remaining constant. The takeoff distance is directly proportional to the powder loading. C. Neither A nor B. D. Both A and B. The correct answer is both A and B. The lift-off distance is the distance along the center of the runway between the starting point and A. End of the runway, B. End of stopway, C. Point where aircraft becomes airborne, D. Point where aircraft attains a height of 10.7 m. The correct answer is end of the runway. Pick up the correct statement from the following. A. Approximate geometric center of the landing area is called airport reference point. B. The boundaries of horizontal surface and conical surface are marked with reference to airport reference point. C. The location of the airport on a map is the position of airport reference point. D. All the above. The correct answer is all the above. The runway orientation is made so that landing and takeoff are A. Against the wind direction, B. Along the wind direction, C. Perpendicular to wind direction, D. None of these. The correct answer is against the wind direction. An aircraft is flying in an atmosphere of 30 degrees Celsius with a speed of 1260 km/h. Its speed is known as A. Subsonic, B. Sonic, C. Supersonic, D. Mach. The correct answer is sonic. According to I.C.A.O, the slope of transitional surface at right angles to the center line of runway is kept A. 1 in 4, B. 1 in 5, C. 1 in 6, D. 1 in 7. The correct answer is 1 in 7. Pick up the incorrect statement from the following. A. In single-engine aeroplanes the engine is provided in the nose of the aircraft. B. In double-engine aeroplanes one engine on either wing is placed symmetrically. C. In three-engine aeroplanes two engines are placed on both wings and one engine is placed in the tail. D. None of these. The correct answer is in three-engine aeroplanes two engines are placed on both wings and one engine is placed in the tail. Pick up the correct statement from the following. A. The speed of the aircraft relative to the ground is called cruising speed. B. The speed of the aircraft relative to wind is called airspeed. C. When wind is blowing the direction of the flight airspeed is less than cruising speed. D. All the above. The correct answer is all the above. Airport elevation is the reduced level above M.S.L of A. Control tower, B. Highest point of the landing area, C. Lowest point of the landing area, D. None of these. The correct answer is highest point of the landing area. The reduced level of the proposed site of an airport is 2,500 m above M.S.L. If the recommended length by I.C.A.O for the runway at sea level is 2,500 m, the required length of the runway is A. 2,500 m, B. 3,725 m, C. 3,000 m, D. 3,250 m. The correct answer is 3,725 m. According to I.C.A.O, the recommended length of airports is decided on A. Sea level elevation, B. Standard sea level temperature 15 degrees Celsius, C. Effective gradient percentage. D. All the above. The correct answer is all the above. Pick up the correct statement from the following. A. The basic length of a runway is increased at a rate of 7% per 300 m of elevation of M.S.L. B. The standard temperature at the site is obtained by reducing the standard sea level temperature of 15 degrees Celsius at the rate of 6.5 degrees Celsius per 1000 m rise in elevation. C. The aerodrome reference temperature is the monthly mean of the mean daily temperature for the hottest month of the year. D. All the above. The correct answer is all the above. Pick up the correct statement from the following. A. The distance between the points of intersection of the extreme tangents to the transition curve is kept greater than 7,500 mx. Sum of grade changes at the point of intersection. B. The rate of change of grade is limited to 0.3% per 30 m length of the curve. C. According to I.C.A.O, the maximum longitudinal gradient along a runway is limited to 1.5%. D. All the above. The correct answer is all the above. Conical surface of the approach area rises outwards. A. 1 in 10. B. 1 in 15. C. 1 in 20. D. 1 in 25. The correct answer is 1 in 20. The thickness design of the pavement is decided on the load carried by A. main gears, B. nose wheel, C. tail wheel, D. all the above. The correct answer is main gears. For Class A airport, the difference of reduced levels of higher and lower edges of the conical surface is A. 25 m, B. 50 m, C. 75 m, D. 100 m. The correct answer is 100 m. Beaufort scale is used to determine A. strength of winds, B. direction of winds, C. height of aircrafts, D. none of these. The correct answer is strength of winds. The fuselage includes A. passenger's chamber, B. pilot's cabin, C. tail of aircraft, D. all the above. The correct answer is all the above. The distance between main gears is 10 m, and the distance of nose gear from center of main gears is 30 m. If the angle of turning is 60 degrees, the distance of center of rotation from the nearer main gear is A. 12.30 m, B. 11.30 m, C. 10.30 m, D. 9.30 m. The correct answer is 12.30 m. Pick up the incorrect statement from the following. A. channelization of pavement is caused by constant use of tricycle gears of aircraft. B. blast pads are used over cohesionless soils to resist erosion due to tremendous speed of the jet blast. C. overrun areas of at least 300 m length on either side of the runway are provided. D. none of these. The correct answer is none of these. From the end of an instrumental runway, the approach surface rises outwards. A. 1 in 20. B. 1 in 30. C. 1 in 40. D. 1 in 50. The correct answer is 1 in 50. The coordinates of the ends of a runway are 5,000, 5,000 and 8,000, 7,000. The coordinates of another runway are 4,600, 5,100 and 7,000, 5,300. The coordinates of the A.R.P are A. 6500, 6000, B. 5800, 5200, C. 6150, 5600, D. 8000, 7000. The correct answer is 61500, 5600. A gradient of plus 0.08% is followed by a gradient of 0.07%. If the permissible rate of change of grade is 0.003 per 30 meters, the length of the transition curve is A 150 m, B 140 m, C 160 m, D 175 m. The correct answer is 150 m. The bearing of the runway at threshold is 290 degrees. The runway number is AN 70 degrees W, B 290 degrees, C 29 degrees, D W 20 degrees N. The correct answer is 29 degrees. The best direction of a runway is along the direction of A. Longest line on windrose diagram, B. Shortest line on the windrose diagram, C. Line clear of windrose diagram, D. None of these. The correct answer is longest line on windrose diagram. International Civil Aviation Organization I.C.A.O. was set up at Montreal, Canada, in A. 1929, B. 1939, C. 1947, D. 1950. The correct answer is 1947. The air is blowing at a speed of 75 knots in the direction of the aircraft flying at a ground speed of 775 knots. The airspeed of the aircraft is A. 775 knots, B. 75 knots, C. 850 knots, D. 675 knots. The correct answer is 675 knots. For the taxiways, the following statement is true. A. The maximum longitudinal grade is 3%. B. The permissible rate of change of grade is 1%. C. The permissible transverse grade is 1.5%. D. All the above. The correct answer is all the above. The maximum length and pavement strength of the runway is that of A. A1, B. B2, C. B3, D. G7. The correct answer is A1. According to the International Civil Aviation Organization I.C.A.O., the runway lengths of aerodromes have been coded by A. 7 English alphabets, B. Last 7 English alphabets, C. First 7 English alphabets, D. First 7 natural numbers. The correct answer is first 7 English alphabets. Pick up the incorrect statement from the following. ALOM is installed at 7.2 kilometers from the threshold. BLMM is installed at 1.0 kilometers from the threshold. C. Localizer antenna is installed at 300 m from the other end of the runway. D. Glide slope antenna is installed at the center of the runway about 150 m on one side. The correct answer is glide slope antenna is installed at the center of the runway about 150 m on one side. According to the International Civil Aviation Organization I.C.A.O., the strength of runway pavements have been coded by A. 7 English alphabets, B. Last 7 English alphabets, C. First 7 English alphabets, D. First 7 numbers. The correct answer is first 7 numbers. The strength of winds is measured with the help of A. Beaufort scale, B. Wind indicator, C. barometers, D. None of these. The correct answer is Beaufort scale. The landing and takeoff of the aircraft is made against the direction of wind. In no case the center line of the runway should make an angle with the wind direction exceeding A. 10 degrees, B. 20 degrees, C. 30 degrees, D. 40 degrees. The correct answer is 30 degrees. According to I.C.A.O, all markings on the runways are painted white and on taxiways, A. black, B. red, C. yellow, D. green. The correct answer is yellow. If the width of the approach area near the runway end is 150 m, the width of the approach area at a distance of 3 kilometers from runway end will be A. 1500 m, B. 1200 m, C. 1000 m, D. 800 m. The correct answer is 1200 m.